What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Regal Eagle podcast. We got a good one for you this week. The 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles are coming off of a statement-making win. NFC East bullying around the Commanders, and this week we take on the 5-5 Rams. They're also coming off of a win, smacking up on the Patriots. Rams 5-5, tied a three-way tie with their record in their division, but we're gonna make sure we give them a L in that second five column. All right,
yes,
so before we get started, we're going to introduce the rest of the panel. Go ahead, Duke.
What up? You know, it's your main man, Sir Duke, Dookie Duke, Big Unk in the building. What it is, people, what it ain't, and what it do.
South.
What's going on, y'all? Your boy Sal back on the mic. You know, we missed y'all for we was off about 10 days. We didn't see y'all about 10 days or so, you know. But we back in the building. Make sure y'all, you know, hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure y'all comment. You know, the more followers, the better. Let's get it.
All right. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to biz naive. But before we do,
hold up, buddy, hold up. We gotta give praise to the subscribers, man. We gotta say big shout out to Adrian Thomas from for coming up with for subscribing. Shout out to Taylor Koffenberger, you know what I'm saying, from upstate New York, and Martin Yarovitz. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Oh, and to the young lady that was at the distillery, a little bar that was up there in upstate New York. She said that we was gonna lose that game. I want to say her name was Olivia. Yeah. How'd that work out for you, sis? How did that work out for you?
What game did you say we was gonna lose?
She said we was gonna lose the Washington game.
Oh, well, I hope she's tuned in.
Me too.
All right. So thank you for everybody out there looking who will look. All right, we're gonna get down to business. Hey, the first order of business, man. It came as a shocker. Smitty is out for the game. He got a hamstring issue, and those aren't easy to overcome. So, who steps up for Smitty? Who steps up for Smitty in an active role? Is he going to be active? Is he just going to be a decoy for AJ Brown? Is it somebody we can rely on? Is it going to be Dotson? Is it going to what's my man's name that caught that touchdown a few weeks ago and nobody knew who he was? Jimmy Thomas. Is it going to be Tom? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? So I'm gonna go ahead and head this off. I think it's going to be Dotson. I think he got the first pass attempt when we played Washington last week. I don't know if it was like a dig on Washington or if that's just how the play was designed. But I think he's a good replacement for Smitty while he's out. I think he can be a threat and a decoy for AJ. Clear everything out for Saquon, and even clear some space out for Goddard to get some catches and get some yards downfield. So I'd like to know what y'all think.
Sally, you can go ahead.
I think, you know, I would like to see Dotson get more, you know, be more involved in this offense this week since Smitty out. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I think the tight end. I think Goddard's gonna have a monster game this game. I think everybody, like you said, they're gonna be doubling up on AJ, you know. But I'm just still waiting for these guys to get Dotson in the fold on the offense. And I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I just think our tight end guy is gonna have a monster of a game this game against the Rams.
Do you think it's the play calling, or do you think it's just he's not getting open, or the quarterback is just not throwing his way?
I think it's the play calling because we've seen Dotson's been covered. He's put some passes where I didn't think he was gonna make them catches that he did. The ones that he did make, I think he was gonna make them because he was covered pretty good. I just don't think the play calling has got him into the fold of the scheme yet for the offense.
Okay, what you got, Duke?
Okay, so here's what I think, and I'm looking at it on both sides of the ball when it comes to the offense. You know. Dallas Goedert, yes, he's going to be instrumental on the play calling and on the offense as far as catching, you know, run release, things like that. However, when you say like who has to step it up, Grant Caltera played a nice game last week, so I feel like Grant Caltera is going to have to step it up. Dotson, even though he's our number 3. He just doesn't get the ball as much as he should, or at least as much as I feel he should. But using Grant Caltera on more on the blocking to get Dallas open, I think he's going to be the ones that's going to have to step it up, because not only is he going to have to play on the pass options, where RPOs, small short passes, he's also going to have to come through with block passing to get other wide receivers open on the outside, rather it be Saquon on wheel routes, Saquon going out to the flats and becoming a receiver. Now on top of the block, and now you have that other option as a released passer. So if anyone needs to come up outside of Dotson, and again, I just don't think Dotson's going to get the ball like that because he just hasn't got it like that in the future. I feel like Grant Calcaterra is going to be that person that we're going to have to look out for, and that they're going to have to pay attention to this coming week playing against the LA Rams.
All right, good. So, hey, thank you, TJ. Johnny Wilson was my man that caught that. I had to go.
Johnny, that boy that's a big boy too. That boy big.
Yeah, he's a husky fella, man. I had to go into the Eagles app and find out who the heck he was, man. I'm like,
who is this dude?
I'm like, but I was happy, man. So, hey, he did his thing. So, so last week when we played the Commanders, 10 days ago, whatever, first half was flat. We came out totally flat the first half.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a whole lot of things going, but the second half, we exploded. Kind of fell off a little bit at the very end. We let them score a touchdown or whatever. But how does the coaching staff or the mentality, the motivation, or what have you, how do we get the Eagles to start off the first half against the Rams like we played the second half against the Redskins or the Commanders or the team or whatever, whoever they are? How do we get these boys fired up from the first quarter instead of waiting to the second half? Go ahead, dude.
Well, honestly, to me, I feel like, and I know I'm not going to say this is a long shot, but people got to understand your initial play calling setup, your first touches of the game, it starts off with special teams. Covey's supposed to be back this week, right? If Covey comes back and has a nice game on the kickoff, depending on when we get the ball, because it all starts there. If you just got to wave it off and you catch the ball, okay, now you're kind of starting out flat. But if you get that one good spark, and that's something that Covey can do, if he gets that one good spark, like a decent run back, a 40, 45-yard run back, and puts us in good prime position to go off and score, that right there will spark it. Our issue, I feel like sometimes is like when we start off, we're starting off slow because we're so far backed up on the 30 or whatever. So if we don't get that initial first down, it's like, damn, we didn't get the first down again. Here we go again. But I think that if we can get across midfield on that first play drive, we can spark it up and at least score on that first drive, whether it be 3, 6, 7, or 8. You know what I'm saying? As long as we score on our first drive, and all that is going to go back to how well will our special teams team and our run return act on that first possession.
All right, what you got, Sal?
I just, this season and last season, this has really been the story of the Eagles. We start off slow in the beginning, and then the second half we pick it up. And every week I'm like, hey, let's start off where we ended up last week, but it never happens. I don't know if it's it's like that they've been cautious. They want to watch and see what the other team's going to do as far as offensive, defensive schemes before we actually start attacking the ball. I don't know, but like Duke said, the kickoff is major. It's major to get you in good field position to go ahead and start passing the ball down the field. So I think that if us for me, I can tell right now, if we pass the ball off in the first play of the game, I'm looking like, okay, here we go. Let's hand the ball to Saquon and see how many yards he can get on the first and second down, or at least the first down. If he can get on 5 or 6 yards on the first down, the season to rock. But sometimes we abandon that. Like before, he got 6 yards on the first carry, but then we go to the pass and the second and third down. We go to the pass and we flat out. But if we can pick up, they should come off a big high from last week. We beat a rival, NFC rival, and we got the dub on that. Come off on that high, and I think it also is on the players. The players need to come out with that excitement, like the last game, and start that game like they ended the last game. And I think we'd be good to go.
Good. Hey, I think for some reason, I've been saying this, I feel like the Eagles take the first series or the first quarter to make their adjustments. They watched the film on the other teams. Of course, they watched our films. So I think the first quarter needs to be mixed up a lot. We come out same passes, same runs, and the opposing team is ready for it, and then we make the adjustments off of that. I think we need to come out with some new stuff. I think we need to have more dynamic plays, especially in the first quarter. Throw some things out there that the other teams haven't seen before, so we can try to get the edge. And consistency. It seems like we'll get out there, we'll run the ball, and it seems like it doesn't work, and we'll pass. Keep running the ball, on that first series, and see what's going to happen. Of course, if it's third and 6, 37, we're going to pass the ball, but we don't want to try to stay in those situations to where our offense is predictable. You know what I mean? So I think that we need to come up with some more dynamic situations to catch the defense off their game, and get some yardage, and then get some points on the board, especially in the first quarter, because we've been slacking. I think when we went to that salute the service game, Duke, when we scored in the first quarter, of course you guys couldn't hear it on TV. Merrill Reese the announcer was like, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles have scored points in the first quarter." Like, it was a big thing. Like, everybody was going crazy because the first quarter we have not been that dynamic going at this point in the season. All right, TJ said Grant saved Goddard on that pass. He sure did. He sure did. I don't know if y'all seen the post game. He was like, "Hey, what did Goddard say to you?" And it was like, Goddard asked me, "How much money do I want?" He's like, I told him I wanted $1 million. He's like, "Hey, you can have it. You saved my butt." You know what I'm saying? But hey, man.
Yeah, I almost puked when he did that.
Boy, and I was in the bar, and I seen how he was running. I was like, "Put the ball away!" And then he punched it out. They got to stop running. They got to stop running like that ball's a loaf of bread, man.
Thanks.
All right. So, hey, last week, Matt Stafford had 2 100-yard receivers, and it's no surprise of who they are, Nakua and Kupp. Who do we need in the secondary to step up to make sure that we shut them down either completely, we shut them down to just one 100-yard receiver? Who do we need to depend on this week to contain those two? And maybe not the secondary. Maybe it's the linebacker, dropping back in the zone and covering those guys, picking that zone apart. And who do you guys think that needs to step up? I'm gonna go first on this one. I think it's and I'm not even gonna say step up. I'm just gonna say he's gonna be a key factor. I'm gonna say my man Zach Bond, man. He drops back there, gets in that good coverage. Those areas where Nakua and Kupp kind of squeeze through and pick apart that zone defense, and that's where those linebackers live at. So those guys got to be aware of who we're playing, be aware of the situation, be aware of the quarterback, his eyes read all those good reads and stuff like that, because those guys will pick you apart, and they will break tackles, and they will score touchdowns. They may not catch those deep balls a lot, but those yards after catches are very, very crucial. All right, very crucial. So, of course, we have the secondary who can go and track them down if need be, but we're not trying to let them get to that point. 20 yards here, 30 yards there on the other side of the 50, and like I said before, on the other side of the 50, I feel like it's where we fall apart a lot. We've been doing a lot better, but once we get on our side of the 50, things start getting a little shaky. But we want to stop them from getting in that situation. So, who do you guys think needs to step up to shut down one, both, or reduce the passing game? Go ahead, Dookie.
All right, so looking at it, we already know Zach Bond's going to do his thing. So I don't feel like Zach Bond just needs to continue doing what he's doing. And we all know, what I'm saying, Guantanamo Bay, we ain't worried about him either. Like, that goes without saying. And I want to say he has another nickname. I want to say it's
one of them is another.
The war. He's got another one. I can't think of it, but I'm gonna get it in a minute. But so me personally, I feel like Matthew Stafford, looking at his stats, I think Matt Stafford he's 2,262 yards. This is as of prior to last week. You know what I'm saying, but in his longest pass was like 63 yards.
Yes. 69.
Okay, so and he's averaging 7 yards. So Zach Bond, not so much, but I feel like when it's all said and done, we need to focus it more on the other side of the ball. So on Cooper DeJean's side, Reed Blankenship's gonna have to step up a little bit because he's our last line of defense when it comes to any touchdown, any long play, anything. So I'm sorry, Reed Blankenship's gonna have to come up and act more as a longer, deeper style nickel corner. You know what I'm saying? and be able to make that tackle just in case something goes wrong on Cooper's side. So me personally, reading Blankenship, he's going to be that person that's going to facilitate most short passes. We're not too interested in the long pass, but like the mid pass range is what I'm more concerned about. And I say that because you're going to get an out route here and an out route there, but Cooper Kupp, he doesn't really go long too much.
Right.
But when he does, we already know Quinyon Mitchell's going to be on him, so we're not too much worried about that. But it's those intermediate, those mid-range passes are the ones I'm concerned about. So I feel like Reed Blankenship is going to have to step up and play more of a corner style role or a nickel slot mid type safety role, and not go as deep as he normally does. If he does that and makes and shuts down that side opposite of Quinyon, we'll be fine. Because what I think they have, we'll be fine. I'm not too worried about their passing game outside of that.
So you predicting only 1 or 0 100-yard receivers tomorrow?
On our side of the ball or on their side of the ball?
On their on that we're defending on for the Rams.
Oh, under. It's definitely under. No one's getting over 100 yards.
You shutting down both of them?
No. Oh yeah, under 100. Yeah, both of them.
So both of them under 100. All right.
Both of them under 100.
All right. Go ahead, Sal.
I think Duke was right. I think like we all know, Zach Ball's gonna do his thing. He's gonna do his thing. Also, we gotta remember that Stafford hasn't been sacked in the last 3 games. He hasn't been sacked at all. That means that letting you know penetration hasn't been getting to him. He's been sitting back in the pocket and being able to pick people apart because he hasn't been sacked. You know what I'm saying? So now I would say the penetration of the defense will make a difference in those receivers not being able to get to the ball. If we get the Stafford, then that's going to disrupt their passes. But the middle is what I'm worried about. Reed Blankenship's going to have to step up. I mean, the long balls I'm not worried about. Those guys are going to lock it down. And if they do get past, then we got to rely on your man. Maybe we got to rely on your man Slay in the back. I don't have to rely on that guy at all. I don't have to rely on Slay for nothing when it comes to the backfield. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the long ball, that's a wash for me. So we got to contain them in the mid area range, and if we can do that, and if we can get Reed, because Reed's he's like got three interceptions this season so far. 3.
I think so.
3 key interceptions I think he's got. So Reed Blankenship's going to have to step up, and as long as our defensive line can get the Matt Stafford, I think we'd be good to go. I like I said, what Duke said, I don't think they're going to have any receivers over 100 yards. None.
Hey, we'll see. Hey, Timberlake want to know. Everybody want to know where Meeky at. Where your ass is at, Meek? Where you at? So hey, TJ said that the exciting whites. So y'all name one of them on both of your statements. Blankenship. So from what we're saying, we're looking for the exciting whites, Bond and Quinyon.
Put the clamps.
Put the clamps on.
Put the clamps.
Wait, hold on, Red. Wait a minute. Don't be talking about Boo. What do you mean? We here?
Yeah,
Hey, so Red Jet said that LA is looking to take over the West, over the Cardinals, and I think that's very important because they are, like I said, they are number 2 right now in their division. So this is going to be a key win for them if they decide to go out there and play like that. This is not a division game for us, so hopefully those boys come out, and play their hearts out and act like this game means something to them. All right, so how should we initially attack the Rams D? Should we run, should we pass, or should it be a combo? Last week, the Rams had a 100-yard rusher. I think they had 100 yards rushing. I don't think they had a 100-yard rusher. I think one guy had like 70 and someone had 30. But they also threw for almost 300 yards against the Rams. So with that being said, how do we attack the Rams coming out the gate to produce those same numbers, since they are vulnerable to the run, they're vulnerable to the pass, and with our dynamics, how do we go ahead and hit them where it hurts from the beginning? Go ahead, Sal, you can kick this one off.
I think it's gonna be a combination of both. It's gonna be a pass and run combination. But of course, we gotta touch the ball off. We gotta start running early. Speed 6 line up ball early and let them get his domination established early. Let our offensive line overwhelm the defensive line and let Saquon get that push he needs. And once that happens, of course, then the pass game is going to open up. Once that happens, the pass games open up, and of course, you're going to hit AJ on the outside, whatever case they be. But establishing a run in the beginning of the game is going to be a key factor for us to open up that passing lane.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you on that. I think everybody knows we had Saquon, but they can't stop him, right? It's no surprise. Is that Michi coming in here? There you go. All right. Everybody go refresh the drink. Go refresh the drink. We starting over. Go refresh the drink and get the popcorn. We starting over.
What's going on? What's good?
Hey, the fans started calling for you, baby. They was trying to say, "Where powder? Where you at, powder?"
They
never there when you need me. Never there when you need me, but I'm always like right on time.
They said like this when Mitchell came up, boy.
Hey, when they literally said, "Oh, hey, too many men downfield, man. Bring it back."
What's going on, Mitch?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? How's everybody doing out there?
We doing good, bro. How you doing?
Good.
We maintaining out here. We maintaining.
Good.
Right.
Hey, y'all know I told Duke, man, my son, he had a basketball game this morning. I had to see it, but he won't get put in. So I said, fuck that. Let's go get on the show. I didn't come here to watch you ride the fucking pine. You bitch, while I'm here, I'm leaving. Walk home.
He probably Mitchie left now. He probably dropping buckets.
You don't want to be here with me watching me. I'm gonna show him.
Hey, Mitch,
what's up, y'all? I'm ready for it. Let's go.
All right, we started, man. Is there any questions that you wanted to weigh in on? Anything specific from the questions we sent?
No. Hey, wherever y'all at, let's go. Wherever y'all at, let's pick it up.
All right, where we at? Okay. Yeah, attacking the Rams. The question was, how should the offense initially attack the Rams? Should it be to run, the pass, or should we mix it up with a combination of both? Me and Sally agreed that we should go ahead and let Saquon, tear him up from the rip, feel him out, and try to get those positive yards downfield. When we consistently stay with the run, we consistently gain yards. Right? We can run a play for 7 yards. And just because we get 1 or 2 on the next one doesn't mean we should abandon the run. Right? It's going to happen. It's the NFL. Mm-hmm. So I think we need to be consistent on whatever we do, whatever the game plan is. Stick with it. Don't change it up because of the yardage. Of course, 3rd and 12, we're going to pass the ball. But if the game plan is to run the ball the first series, let's go ahead and run the ball. Beat it down their throat and try to be successful. Try to stay with a good strategic plan that's going to help us get some points on the board, especially on the first drive. You got anything? Matter of fact, go ahead. I'll let you think about it some more, Meech. Go ahead, Duke.
So I want to say Jalen needs to go back and revert back to the 2017-2018 Eagles season. I don't know why he doesn't do as many RPOs as he did before, but things like that, just like you said, we already know we know and they know we got Saquon. They're gonna sack the box for that run. We already know that. But when it's all said and done, the Rams are ranked 22nd in pass defense. So if they're ranked 22nd in pass defense, make everybody come up. Then you drop back and toss the ball downfield. But if you utilize the RPO correctly, the way that he did in 2017-2018 season, everyone's going to come up. And that's when, again, Grant Caltera, what I was saying earlier, with the blocking and then pop out, do out routes, things like that. Him and Goddard on each side. Because if Devontae Smith's not playing, we're going to need those quick intermediate routes. Because why? The Rams are already their pressure rate is good. So if they're good on pressures on pressing the quarterback, Jalen's going to have to get that ball a little bit faster, which means he's going to be forced to use his tight ends on those short routes a lot more than what he would before. So that's why I say Grant Caltera is going to be a main factor. 1 for blocking, 2 run RPOs, and 2 get out and securing the catch and securing the catch and the yaks. So that's what I feel like we need to address them. We need to establish RPO first, and then if you want to establish the run, that's fine. But then start dumping the ball off on the quick passes. I'm not going to say we're even going to get too many passes over 20 yards. But if we can nickel and dime them down the field, eat that time up, and then score eventually in the red zone, we'll be fine. That's what I think.
Yeah, Meech.
Hey, with anything, man, it's just, to me, it's basic football fundamentals of establishing the run early, and that sets up everything that y'all are talking about. If you become one dimensional, I mean, you're just hurting as a football organization. You know, yeah, you can have the best passers, you can have Terrell Owens on one side, and you can have Randy Moss on the other side. But eventually, you know, a team's going to be able to shut that down. But you keep them guessing, you keep them on their toes, you keep the defensive coordinators, the defensive captains, you keep them vigilant and continue guessing when they have to worry about plugging the A gaps, the B gaps, and the corners. You know what I mean? There's so many different sides of attack. So establishing the run early is critical in any organization that you're doing. But it also, for me, it shows the dynamic capabilities of our offense when you can get more people involved through the RPO. You know what I mean? All of the tight ends are getting involved and they don't know who to guard. Everybody is, you know, looking like number ones or number two receivers. Dotson, you know, picking up slack for Smith and all of this type of stuff. So you have to be able to establish a dominant aerial assault as well. You know what I mean? When you're talking about the West Coast offense, like I said before, a lot of people don't know that was invented by the 49ers. So shout out to Red Jet. I said that just for you, Red Jet. The West Coast offense was invented in the late 80s by the 49ers. You know what I mean? And their aerial assault they had going on with Jerry Rice and all those guys out there. So absolutely establishing the RPO early is critical.
All right, TJ says feed Saquon, give him the rock, and then mix it up with Gainwell. I think that's.
We also statistically we're 15-1 when we have a more dominant run game than a passing game. We're 15-1 against everybody. So there you go. That's all you have.
I'm just reading the comments, but they on you, Meech. They on you.
What's up, Red Jet? What's up, Timberland? What's up, everybody out there? Hey, I had to come get on. I said, my boys need me. I felt it in my bones. I said, what's going on? Hey, but we got to, I know you, Irvin, read the comments like this.
I'm trying to listen and read at the same time because, you know, one time
I know you read better than that.
One time y'all caught me and I didn't even know what the question was, man. I'm trying to stay focused, man.
Hey, Meech, he was like this. He was like,
Murray had a little lamb.
Little lamb.
This boy got advanced degrees and he read to he the motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Hey man, all them degrees burnt my brain cells out, man. I left it all on paper. All right, hey, so look, so Matt Stafford is coming off of probably his second best game of the season, almost 300 yards. I think this is only his third multiple touchdown passing game, no sacks. All right, previously he went 6 consecutive games with interceptions. All right, but he got out of his funk against New England. How can the D-line help us get that old Matt back? How can we get him sacked? How can we get him uncomfortable in the pocket, throwing interceptions? You know, how can we get him to make bad decisions, throw the ball away? How can the defensive line help us put Matt on his back, get the old thing back? Go ahead, Meech.
Hey, the first thing, man, they were playing. Look at the team they were playing. They're not playing such a dynamic defense that's getting better every week like we're going to do. So I'm just going to say, man, the front guys, the Jalen's, the Davis, and all those guys keep applying that pressure, that consistent pressure that's going to be having. What's his name's going to be in the, you know, the nickel corners, you know, the John and all those guys, they're going to be in the nickel corner doing their thing. Slay. Hopefully he's not playing in the game. You keep him. He should be driving Nick out of the stadium. I'm gonna say that every time. They should be driving each other out of the organization. Hey, but Guantanamo Bay, man, we got him. Maddox, everybody else is doing their thing. Just keep doing what we're known to do, and minimize the penalties, minimize the pointless penalties against those guys, and we should be perfectly fine.
You got Duke.
So, looking at it, or from what I see anyway, anytime you push him to his left side, it's hard for him because Cooper's on that side. So again, if Cooper's on his left side, which he normally is, we got Quinton Mobile over there, shut down corner. It's gonna be hard for him to get passes out. But Vic Fangio has to dial up good blitz packages. We gotta blitz them. The blitz packages have got to be they got to be a flurry of them. I'm talking second and third down. Get him off his D. Wait, that man gets sacked a lot. So if we can get that man pushed back, sacked a lot, push him to his left, and just get him uncomfortable, it's gonna be hard for him to gain confidence in the pocket, which means he's gonna automatically roll out. But if we're making him roll out to his left, that bad side, we should be fine. Zach Bonds is on his left side as well, for the most part. If he's not playing middle. So if that is indeed the case, now you have Zach Bond on that side, Guantanamo Bay's on that side. He bad for him because now he's got to throw across the body. Not across the body, but he's right-handed, so he's got to come. It's just an awkward throw. So we got to get him to where he's just not comfortable. Again, we can talk about us going in and just getting all up in his face and becoming that's fine. But eventually they're gonna those block protections are gonna be successful at least 5 or 6 times in the game. And when that does happen, then he'll be able to get those yards. So I'm not saying he's not going to get yards, but to get him uncomfortable in the pocket, we got to send a flurry of different blitz packages to get him off his D.
So get him off his D. Pause. So like I said, the Rams had 100 yards, but between 2 receivers. So I think as far as our D line, we're going to shut down the run. I do believe we're going to shut down the run, which is going to resort them to pass. And just like you said, Duke, we have him roll out to his left, but we got to get some pressure from the right. All right. So that D lineman on his right, our left, needs to push him to the left and push him to sweat. All right. Push him to sweat. Get him off. Have him throwing off his back foot. Get him uncomfortable in the pocket. They keep pushing him to the left. We got Sweat coming in. We're gonna get some sacks. We're gonna get some sacks tomorrow, I guarantee. We're gonna get a lot of tackles for losses with those guys up front if they even are able to penetrate the line.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to talk, but
choose your words correctly. Slow down there, Bob.
I'm trying to talk without having to insert a pause, man. I'm trying to. I got all these thoughts.
Hey, if I had my soundboard, I give you that.
That's what Sally said last week, man. We're gonna have to penetrate Jaden Daniels on the field. I ain't with that new age football.
Yeah.
Take Mobo.
I think the D line. I think the D line is going to have to, like I said, get those guys, get him uncomfortable in the pocket, shut down the run game, make him throw some bad passes, and get him back on his interception train. Like I said, 6 consecutive weeks with interceptions, none last week. We need to get him back on there, push him to Sweat, let Sweat get a couple of sacks, maybe a strip sack, fumble recovery, and we get the ball in our hands. What you got, Sal?
The last time we played the Rams, we had 4 sacks on those Stafford over there, So if our D line can get penetration, we get penetration. Or that old line, we get penetration. And like Duke said, even Cooper Kupp is on the left side. Run that guy to the left, and have if our Jalen Carter, Graham, Ball can collapse that pocket, and and have him where he can't maneuver at all to the left. So if it goes to the left, we got Quinton Bay over there. So it's not going to be successful on that side because he's going to lock it down. He's going to lock Cooper Kupp down anyway. That's going to force Stafford to find somebody, to find his other receiver, Nakua. But shutting Cooper Kupp down, having our defensive line collapse that pocket and just blitz. Because if we got our corners are locking these guys down, there should be no reason why we shouldn't be blitzing the ball. Just blitz. Because we got those guys locking those receivers down, we should be good together. But as long as we get good penetration and we force a man to the left, like Duke said, to throw the Cooper Kupp, and collapse that pocket, Jalen Carter and Brandon Graham and those guys penetrate. We should be good to go.
You're still not gonna pause that, huh? He's gonna let that go. Okay.
walk off smooth with that pause.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, which player or coach do you guys think will have the biggest impact via the performance as a player or some coaching decisions? All right. What's going to happen out there, either on the field or on the sideline, that's going to help the Eagles, either side of the ball, that's going to help the Eagles come out victorious Sunday. What you got, Sal?
As long as Nick let his coordinators call plays, and he doesn't interject himself. He doesn't interject himself into these play calling and let these guys play. Let them guys run their offensive defense like they got hired to do. Because we know sometimes Nick is overzealous and he wants to throw his word in there. He wants to override another play call. Let's let these guys call their plays, man, and let's just see how it plays out. And also, we also can't leave points on the board. I know Jake last week. He was a little suspect last week. But he's been clutch down the line. He's been clutch. So we still gotta make sure he has his confidence in himself. And still, if we got points, don't leave points on the board. If it's time for a field goal, let's let Jake get out there and kick that field goal. And that's how we're gonna be successful.
All right, Bridget says she thinks Nick is going to have the biggest impact overall. The play calls will make or break this game. Hey, it's been shown before. Leaving those points out off the board, taking points off the board to attempt more points. The brotherly shove when we got a running back whose thighs are big as tree trunks. Those decisions are going to be crucial to success for us tomorrow. So. Sal and Jet, yeah, you guys think Sirianni is going to have one of the biggest impacts? I think it's going to be the defensive coordinator. We have, like I said, between Nakua and Cup, they had 230 out of the 95 yards of the Rams. So we have to make sure we're putting our players in good positions, good packages, good coverages to defend that. I mean, 230 yards out of 260 between two people. All right. So, I mean, it's not hard to guess where they're throwing it to. They only had a total of 6 targets, and 2 of those 6 had 70, 80%, 80+% of the yards. So I think that putting the defense in a position to make those plays will be very important on the defensive side. I think the offensive side is going to be fine. With the dynamics that we have, the players that we have. But, I mean, you can look at our history, even going back to, I don't know how far back. I remember even Chip Kelly talking about how he used to say, hey, we got to stop these X plays. X plays are plays that are 20 or plus yards. Got to stop these X plays. So if our guys are not in good position, we don't have the right packages out there to stop those X plays or whatever you want to call it, we're going to be in trouble. Especially, and even not the X plays, third down, 3rd and 7, Washington, or somebody was killing us. No, the Bengals, they're converting on 3rd and 7. Like we can't have that. So right packages, right people, right coverages, all on defensive coordinator. Dude.
All right, so got a question for you though. I'll answer the question in a second, but question: do you think that we can do a man-style coverage between the linebackers and corners, and then do a cover 2 up top to just in case with CJ and Blankenship over top? Do you think we could do that? I want to hear Michi's response too.
I think so, but I think so, but I think it's going to have to be mixed up. I think it's going to have to be disguised because when you got, if you have Nakua on somebody like Brandon Graham one-on-one, he'll get smoked. You know what I'm saying? So they might have to disguise the coverage, roll him over to Nakua, depending on the play as well. First down, I would suggest it, but third down, 3rd and short, where they think they're going to pick the zone apart, over the top or whatever. Then you have those guys run man. I doubt that they'd be going deep, right? So that two deep coverage, you maybe have somebody cheat, but I do think sneaking in man coverage, rolling over there before the snap. Will be a good idea.
Okay, so but to answer your question, I feel like Vic Fangio is going to be that person because Vic's going to have to going to figure out who he's going to put on Cooper Cup, and especially if they make it down to the red zone. And I say that because Cooper Cup is targeted 14 of 21 in the red zone targets, scoring 9 touchdowns in the red zone. And then Robert Wood, he's caught 16 targets with 4 touchdowns in the red zone. So Vic Fangio is going to have to come up with a good defense, a good red zone defense to ensure that Cooper Kupp and Johnny Woods don't get that ball. Now, how he's going to do that, I don't know, but those are the things that I feel like Vic Fangio is going to be the key role. Now, like Red just said, Nick, as long as he just stays the hell out the way, because we already know Nick got to go.
Nick got to go.
But we already know. So if he just stays out the way and lets the coordinators coordinate and make sure and make Vic Fangio design good plays in the red or good defensive plays in the red zone, we should be fine. But I mean, because we all know like they're going to get in the red zone at least once or twice in the game, maybe even 3-4 times. But I mean, come on now, we can't. But as long as we can stop them in the red zone and force field goals, we already know field goals don't win games unless you're the Steelers. So
you definitely got to take our blinders off once we get in the red zone. We get down there, everybody's going to be focused on Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, but it's those Johnny Wilsons that's going to stick out there and kill us. Like, I didn't even know that guy was on the field. So we got to make sure that we're focused all the way around. Did we get everybody on this question? Did we get you, Meech?
No.
Go ahead, Meech.
Yeah, I think the ultimate answer, go through Vic, but I think to break it down a little bit more, man, my number one guy that I really like on the defensive staff is Clint Hurt. I don't know if y'all know who he is, but we received him from Seattle. He's our lines guy, so I like him to be the biggest impact because I want Daniels and Hurts. Carter and all those guys to be able to disrupt the timing. So I think they're going to have a pivotal piece. And I say Clint Hurt because I think he is the future of the defense for the Eagles. Clint Hurt, he came from Seattle, I think from 17 to 23 or so. He played, he was coaching out there in Seattle. He's really got our defensive line together where it's at, and it's improving. He was also a defensive coordinator out there for a couple years before he came to the Eagles. And me just forward thinking, I think he's going to be our defensive coordinator in the future when it's time for Vic to go. So I say he has the biggest impact on this team, aside from Nick sitting down and shutting the hell up. Clint, Bobby King, those guys right there, the linebackers coach, I think they're going to have the biggest impact. But I say Clint Hurt because I foresee him taking over our defensive coordinator position when Vic, phases out.
All right. Did we get you on this one, Sal? We got sidetracked a little bit. You good?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. Defense overall. The Patriots rushed for over 100 yards, threw for almost 300 yards against the Rams last week. What's going on, Rod, against the Rams last week? So they are vulnerable on both facets of the ball, running and passing. What do we have to do overall, collectively, as a defense to be successful against the Rams? Go ahead, Sal. Could you kick it off?
I think to be successful, of course, like I said, we got to maintain those receivers out there. Get the Matt Stafford. And I believe turnovers. If we get some turnovers, on this game, and our defenses get to the ball and make those key plays, that's going to allow us to get those offensive guys off of the field fast, and then let us control the clock on the offensive side. So our defensive guys, getting to the ball, shutting those receivers down, getting the Matt Stafford, also, creating turnovers. That's going to be the key success for our defense.
Duke, what you got? You're on mute, King.
6. No, I think if our linebackers do their job and they're committed and make sure we keep the Rams in 3rd and longs, that will be the key. 3rd and longs is the key. We got to keep them in 3rd and longs, which means our linebackers got to do their jobs on 1st and 2nd down. If we can make sure that our linebackers do that, keep them third and longs. Now you're forcing to either throw deep or go for it in fourth, which gives us good field position. And even if we push them back, let's just say they get a tackle for loss on first down, and they don't make it on third down, it'd be 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 6. They miss it. Okay, are you going for it or you're not? If you're going for it, depending on field position, you're giving us good field position anyway. So my thing is make sure the linebackers do their job, play sound defense, secure them edges, and push them to the left. Good blitz packages, those things like that. It's going to be a defensive-minded game for both teams. Well, our defense just has to play a better game than theirs. But if we can do that, we'll be successful in this game.
I agree. I think it's going to be a defensive game too. What you got, Meach?
Same thing, man. I'm going to go back to my boy Clint Hurt. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be the pivotal role, is plugging up the A gaps, B gaps on that line. We're going to be plugging up those holes.
Pause.
We're gonna be plunging them holes, baby.
The offense or the defense?
The defense.
The defensive
line.
All right.
Yeah. So we go plug it. Hey, we go shove everything we got, meat up in them to them holes, baby. We gonna go meat to meat in them holes. And then them holes, the A gaps, the B gaps. Hey, that's what we got to do, man. Hey, because what it's going to do is going to disrupt the timing between Matt and his defense. And I don't want the run game to get started. So you get Carter, Daniels, and all those guys. They're shutting down their run. That's going to make them one-dimensional. Cooper Kupp, I mean, he he's their number one or doing whatever, but he's about to see what that rookie is capable of from Toledo. He's going to run into a rookie that he hasn't seen yet. Cooper's going to be on the other side. They're going to be doing it. It's going to, like I said, make them one-dimensional. Our defense is getting better and better. But I think this game is going to run through Clint Hurt and that defensive line. That's where it's all going to get started at.
All right. I think one of the main things, and I preach on this a lot, is our fundamentals and discipline. All right. I can't think of how many times we got beat on 3rd and 7 because somebody was looking in the backfield and you got your guy, right behind you. Like if you're out there playing defense and you're looking at the quarterback and your guy is behind you, like your focus is to play defense on your man and not to pick up the slack for the defensive line trying to make a tackle in the backfield.
Right.
So I think fundamentals and discipline are going to play a major role. I said those third down conversions, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua are very sneaky. They know how to pick apart a zone defense, and they will continue to convert if we allow them to. So we have to continue to maintain discipline, continue to make sure we exercise our fundamentals back there in the secondary, back there with the linebackers. Don't jump off sides and give them, allow them to convert based off of our mistakes. But fundamentals, I do believe, are going to help tomorrow keep those penalties off the board and stop them from converting. Now, somebody touched on this earlier. Do we need to start shopping for a kicker? All right. Do we have Ray Finkel out there in an Eagles uniform? All right. We got him missing field goals. We missing extra points. Right. Is it confidence? I mean, is Jake Elliott not feel confident in, or does he feel like Nick is not confident in him for, running all these pushes or brotherly shoves when he easily could have took the 3 points? Right. Is his confidence down? Is he hurt? Does he just not have it anymore? Or do we need to get on, get in that portal and try to find us a kicker? Because, that was 7 points last week. 7 points last week. There was points before. I think 9 that one game we didn't kick some field goals or whatever.
Yeah, it was 9 points.
Yeah, and then when you do want them to kick, it's 60 some yards. So it's like, hey, you don't want me to kick, and now you want me to kick, and you put me in these situations to where my kicking percentage is low, like 50, 60 yards. You know what I'm saying? So is it the kicker? Is his mental messed up? Is his physical messed up? Do we need to start shopping for a kicker, or is he just a one-off and is he going to be good to go from here?
I think that was just a one-off. I don't think that's not normally him, but I mean, he has been on the team for quite some time. I'm not going to say we need to start shopping now, but maybe next year's draft we might want to start looking for one, but not right now. I mean, I think there was 2 other kickers that same week that had multiple misses on the game. So that again, that's normally not Jake the Make. I mean, and it's hard to get a nickname in the league, but yeah, that's not normally him. So I don't think we need to push the concern button just right now, but definitely next year, we might want to start looking for another kicker, only because he's been in the league so long. But then again, Adam Vinatieri was in the league till he's 40 something too. So I mean, and then on top of that, you're only kicking. But I do feel like
kick the damn ball, kick the ball.
Yeah, but I do feel like maybe his rhythm may have just been out of whack only because we use the tush push so much. So because we do that, now you're just not getting those opportunities to kick, which makes his percentages go down. So, but yeah, I don't think we need to start looking for one just yet.
All right,
that's just me.
What you got, Sal?
Like Duke said, man, Jake the Make. I mean, but not yet. I think, like I said, last week was an off week. So a lot of kickers last week was off week. A lot of kickers being missed. But also, the play calling doesn't help nothing with your confidence. Doesn't help your confidence know when Nick is constantly wanting to go for it, instead of taking the point. And then we get pie in the face and we don't get those fucking yards we need. And then you call my man out there to kick a 65-yarder. We can't do it like that. We can't have a man Jake going back and forth like that. Either you want him in to get the points or you don't want him in. You know what I'm saying? The easy points, you don't want him, and then the hard points, you try to get him in there, and then he like, fuck, I just missed the kick. That's gonna wear his confidence. But like I said, like Duke said, it's hard to get a nickname, especially when you're a kicker in a fucking league. Jake the Make, he's been clutch before. I think next week was a fluke. Like I said, we should start shopping maybe next year, but as of right now, we gotta stick with Jake the Make.
All right, Mitch.
Yeah, he started to get the nickname when he was kicking down there in Memphis, man. Jake, he's the eighth into the beginning of the season. He's the most accurate kicker in NFL history, right? So he has a job that's like a surgeon or a pilot. You know what I mean? You have to always be on top of your game because those 3 points are so critical. You know what I mean? You can't be off, and anytime that they are off, they are human. So if they're off, it just gets, more attention because of, especially when we wait to the end of the game. So it's a combination of everything that everybody's saying, and you put him in the end, and they have a natural human moment and they miss. Now we're talking about leaving him. We do need a shot for one, in the future because he's 29 years old. So he's not at the limits of kicking, as long as his leg is still there. But, we need one of those young and sharp kickers that'll be coming up to replace him soon. I don't think there's no room for panic right now. No, not right now. He'll be fine.
All right.
It just sucks when the defense ain't playing good and you leave it down to that one kick and he misses and you're like, fuck, man, Jake, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is you shouldn't leave it to a kick anyway. You know what I mean? You shouldn't put the ball in the ref's hands or the kicker's foot. And there you go.
I definitely agree. I think the kicker, his main job, if you have a good team, should be the PATs.
Yep.
Right. Don't put him in that situation where it's all on the kicker. That's a lot of pressure. And even if it's all on the quarterback, you got two minute drill at the end of the game, and that the quarterback gets the ball every play. That's just a lot of pressure. So you got one kick, you got one chance. At least in the 2-minute drill, you can throw the ball away, you can run it, you can do all this stuff, but the kicker only gets one shot at that win if they're in that situation. So
Eminem said it the best. Eminem said the best. You only get one shot. Don't waste a chance.
People don't understand the dynamics, man, of kicking a ball. There's a lot of factors, inside of it, and it's not always your fault. I mean, the place kicker, y'all know, that's the 2 or 3 quarterback. If they get that the laces going the wrong way, the ball's going to go the wrong way. So it's a lot of factors placed upon the kicker. You got the win. There's a lot of variables into kicking that people don't consider. They just look at him kicking the ball. You should be able to do it, but there's a lot of external variables placed upon a kicker. That's why you shouldn't leave it in their foot.
Well, you know what they say, if you can't make the PAT, you're gonna be OUT.
All right, hey, what you got? Predictions? I'm definitely going with the win. I think it's gonna be a defensive game, but I think that we're gonna come out on top, definitely. We're playing away, so we may not blow them out like we want to, but we're going to their house this week, and I still think we're going to be successful. So I'm looking at 30-20 Eagles.
Okay, I'm thinking more of a 27-14 or 27-10. I'm just not 100% sure yet. I don't know if I should go take the over on the 10 or stay at the 10, but I definitely think it's gonna be 27. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Take 27-14.
Okay.
27-14.
Meech.
I had it coming down. It's funny we talked about this, and I was looking at this, man. I think he's going to redeem himself. He's going to kick that field goal in the very end to put us over 27-24, coming over at the end. Jake.
Oh, you predicted a nail biter.
Yeah.
Okay, we shall see. All right, Red Jet says Philly by landslide. Please, the Niners need help. look, we ain't not helping y'all. We don't care about y'all. I mean, I rooted for y'all in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted y'all to knock out Kansas City, but y'all didn't have to do us like y'all did when y'all came to Philly that year. You know what I'm saying? That was straight disrespectful. Y'all was scoring touchdowns like the last 5 minutes of the game. Deebo Samuel's out there having a field day with us. So unless it's the NFC against the AFC, y'all know what y'all can do, 49ers. All right, what you got for your predictions, Sal?
I think it's gonna, like I said, I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I got my, got the Eagles winning. I think it's gonna be a 21-17 win.
21-17, 4-point margin. So, which I got in the comments. Hurry up, real quick.
Yeah, I want to hear it too.
We got one from Jet. Come on, TJ, where you at? You still on here?
What Jet got?
Jet said
She always got. She do
Jet
predictions.
said Eagles
She
by
do predictions all the
landslide.
time. Yeah, but she do predictions every week. I want to see what hers is.
She said Birds by slide. She said Birds by
Rod,
land.
I know Rod out there. What you got, Rod? I hope he's still out there. Yeah, and if you haven't, man, hey, tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe. We are at almost 400 right now. At the low end of the 300, so we're at like 329. I think I checked last time we checked. So 329 subs. Hey, let's go. We on the move. We almost there. Let's get it. We're trying to get to this 5, man. Let's make it. I know y'all got it. I know it's in you. I know it's in you.
Hey, if y'all haven't check out the latest short that we have. It's a way for you to watch these Thursday night football game like you're watching a game of Madden. So go ahead and check out our last short. All right. TJ also said 27-14. Duke, she agreed with 27-14.
All right, let's go, Timberlake.
All right, so y'all comments might be coming in slow. As of right now, we got Timberley with the last one with 27-14, but we're about to close this thing out. So we want to thank everybody for watching. We want to good luck to your teams tomorrow. Hey, Mom, that's my mom, y'all.
Hey, Mom. Hey, what's going on?
To your teams. And we got anything y'all guys want to close out with?
Hey, man, we're doing great, man. Oh, you know what? I do got something I got to say. Now, I ain't trying to put nobody out there. I ain't trying to put the last person that came in out there. I ain't trying to put them out there. But I do know that we are supposed to have this segment, and I'm trying to figure out when this segment.
Boy, hit
double holler on it.
The next moderation I got you.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. That's what I like to see. Hey, because guess what? We got a hoodie for it now. Yeah, come on, now. Let's go.
All right, Rod. Last one. Rod said. Rod. I said. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all at the post game Monday at 7 p.m. Indeed. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
EAGLES Eagles.